Welcome to Trade Talks. We're live inside ETFs in Hollywood, Florida. My name is Jill Malandrino, global markets reporter at Nasdaq, and joining me is Phil Studebaker, who's the CIO of ROBO Global. And this is the fun part, guys. We're going to talk about robotics and automation. Thanks for joining us at booth 207. And let's just build some background for everyone. What are the different types of robotics applications and industries?
Well, we're at the front end of a robotics revolution. And when you think about where we're going, we're just starting, right? The applications now are diversified. Think about where robotics AI is being deployed. We're in warehouse logistics. It's in industrial. It's in healthcare. It's in ag. It's in food. It's in consumer, right? This is just the early parts of where it's being deployed. And I think the industry is going to continue to evolve, and so are the applications and use cases.
So there's definitely time for investors to get on this trend.
Definitely. We think that this is in baseball parlance, we're in the first inning of the baseball game.
Wow. So how can investors participate in the robotics trend? Tell us about some ETFs.
Well, we think for the best way to approach this, we think is the index approach. We think you're so early in the growth and the development of the industry to pick the obvious and winners and losers is difficult investors. We actually designed an index that tracks robotics and automation companies on a global basis, okay? And we wanted to spread our bets throughout the technologies and the applications. So when you think about the technologies, what makes the robot work? That's the computing, the processing, the sensing, the actuation, the AI, the integration capabilities. And then there's all the use cases, which we kind of touched on. We actually have an index that tracks 12 different subsectors. It's geographically very diverse. It's diversified across 15 different geographies. It's 40% US. It's 60% international. Investors should recognize that this is, again, a very global trend that's taking place. This is not just in the US. And so to really capture this exposure, you need to be invested across the entire value chain of technologies, applications, and geographies.
It would be extremely inefficient to try and replicate that as an investor on your own. You just don't have the tools or the research to do it.
Of course, it's very difficult. And even Wall Street, the main wirehouses, probably conservatively cover less than 30% of these companies. So many of these companies are very underfollowed by Wall Street. I can give you a few examples. Companies like Kooyoung in Korea have really amazing 3D sensing technologies, not really covered by very Wall Street analysts. It's a $1.5 billion market cap, really in the early parts of its growth and development. Other companies, for example, like Raven Technologies, that does precision ag in the U.S. A lot of different companies like this that are very underfollowed.
All right. Well, thank you very much for joining us. And thank you, traders, for joining me throughout the day. I'm Jill Malandrino.